Hey everyone, this is just going to be a quick tutorial about how to use Jamboards to facilitate group discussions. This particular example that I am using has kids working in their fiction book clubs, but this would be fantastic for any research group, any groups trying to figure out science problems, for discussing how students create models for their math. It can be used in any kind of small group, but it works best if you use it throughout a unit so that students are able to get used to this format and then start to change it to match how they plan to discuss it with their group. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to make a new Jamboard. So I'm just at jamboard.google.com, create a new Jamboard. I'm going to title it with my book club. So I'm just going to say this is the yellow book club. All right. And I am going to share it with only those students who are in the yellow book club. Okay. So I'm going to put in my student names, choose specifically the students in this book club. Jamboards are fantastic for small group work, but whole class, you only need one student who's trying to make connections by distracting and interrupting others' work. And it causes total chaos when everyone's work and thinking is disappearing or getting scribbled over, etc. So make sure you share only with the group that's supposed to be on this Jamboard. Now, usually at the start of the unit, I have the first few pages of the Jamboard pre-made. I will use this text box here, and at the top of the first page, I'll put what I want them to be really thinking about and focusing on. So in this case, it's a book club. I'm going to have them at the beginning of a book. We focus on characters, setting, and brewing trouble. All right, whatever the start of the unit is focusing on, you would have as the focus at the top. Make sure to demonstrate to students how they can add sticky notes. If you are using the Lucy Calkins curriculum, they're familiar with writing their thoughts about books on sticky notes already. So it's pretty easy to use that and just say, and we're all just putting the sticky notes on the computer instead so that you can talk with your groups. Definitely emphasize, if you want them working independently, that they're not having the discussion on the Jamboard. The Jamboard is where they're putting their ideas that they plan to discuss later. So I might say, I think, or I can even do it just very simple to show that it's just the thinking of these characters. So Deli is having trouble with chickens, brownies. I think she is a troublemaker. All right. Save. Cancel. And I can just put my sticky note with my thought right here. I can make it bigger if I need to or smaller. Make sure you demonstrate that for the students but they're probably going to pick it up pretty quickly. All right. You'll want to have some sort of structure for the first couple of pages. You just go to create a new page on the Jamboard right here. Okay. Once you have done those first few, it's very easy to just copy it. You'll just go up here, make a copy, and you can do it for your blue book club. Just make sure to share it only with the students in that blue book club, right? So once you have the first few pages that you put all this work into, you don't have to make them every single time. All right. The reason that I don't do a page for every single thing that we do in the unit is because it's very useful to have the kids get used to the structure of it. As you'll see in this group's book club, we started out with thinking about the setting and the character. They tend to find some way of organizing in their book club to make sure that their ideas don't just become a huge, big jumble of sticky notes. As you'll see, there are more ideas as they go. They're more detailed. And then students start to make their own pages. And you do need to encourage this and show examples of whatever they're planning to discuss and focus on. So this group wanted to think about character traits about the main character. So they made their own page for this and tried to find good character traits and evidence to back things up. And they also made one for a lot of words that they tended to bring with them to the book club where they weren't sure what they meant and they wanted to discuss them and talk about them. So they made their own slide to put those on to have those discussions. You'll see they also have the examples just the same way that I did. Make sure you're modeling what you want kids to be doing later because they will start to use that. All right. I then, once I've made all of these, I will put them all in one place on Google Classroom. I'll put the links in there. All right. These are fantastic for book clubs, but again, you can use them for math discussions because you have a draw tool where students are able to show their work very easily, especially if they have some sort of stylus. You can also use it for research groups. They can put their facts and ideas about different subtopics on here as they collaborate together. Lots of different ideas to help students work together without having to actually be sitting right next to each other, having a discussion about it in that moment. All right. Have a great day. Good luck.